summer. I guess being the fourth year, we finally had seniors, so I finally got not get rid of children, but children graduated, so we're kind of replacing kids. So we're going to be real young. We're going to see how some of those younger kids that play just a little bit in games, how they can adjust to play, your 16 minutes plus a game. But I feel good about it. They've been working hard in the weight room, running, agilities. They haven't complained, and just whatever workout we give them, they go to it.
Coach, talk about some of your top players returning. And I had a chance to see you guys play this summer over at Baldwin County. Talk about, some of those games and how they help you, develop the team.
So really, I have 3 kids that played any minutes in our varsity games the last couple of years. So we were replacing 2 kids that had started for a long time for us. It kind of helped us because I got to see some kids that had never played much. And I think they were a little nervous. They weren't very comfortable with what was going on yet just because they hadn't played. So just trying to fit them into what we like to do was, kind of opened my eyes to what they could do. And then we go back to the drawing board and see what we could do. Our freshmen, we've had freshmen up till now, our point guard and our 2 guard have been playing every varsity game or every game we've ever had at St. Michael's. So those 2 know what's going on. And they've done a nice job trying to help the younger kids figure out what to do. So it was a work in progress, and it's going to be a work in progress for a while until the younger kids get up to speed. But, those older kids, Sydney Barter and Mary Grace McHugh, they're good kids to lean on because they'll help them with whatever they need, and they're, they don't have short tempers with kids. They're going to help them out as much as they can.
You've been there since the start of the school.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just talking about looking back on it, was it 4 years? Where do you think where did you come from just as a school and a program?
Yeah, that's a good question because I think Dana and I were talking about it. When we first started, I'm not sure our girls really got basketball as much. They just played really in the CYO. And you know who coaches those kids. They played real hard, but it took me probably a year and a half, probably until our second year, that they could run a play that I asked them to run. But defensively, those kids are all over the place, and they're going to play as hard as they can all the time. It was just the finer points of basketball they didn't really get, and now we're at the point, even last year and hopefully this year, that they're going to be able to run what we want on the fly. They won't have to. We won't have to call a timeout and draw it. Like, they're going to be able to, look like basketball. We're going to come down, call something, and execute it, hopefully. But it's been a long way to get to where we are now. And we still have strides to make.
Well, Coach, one question I want to ask you, I'm probably going to ask Coach Nolan the same thing. Just tell us a little bit about your coaching philosophy.
Yeah. So I used to, offensively, depending on who walks in my gym, we're going to kind of cater to who can put the ball in the basket. So my offensive philosophy changes based on what we've got in the gym. I've had big kids, I've had little kids, I've had, depending on that. But defensively, I guess if you ask me, my goal is to keep people out of the paint. Let's make them be jump shooters. And my kids will tell you all the time, the one thing I tell them is close out to make them a jump shooter. Let's not get beat for easy layups. Most people are going to make our layups, but let's force them to make shots and see if they get – and see if they can hit them enough.
I know one thing I saw over the summer, you had a little bit more passion because you had more players, Talk to me about the growing period being at St. Michael's. And I know in the future, those kids won't be going across the bay, coming over here to McGill.
Yeah.
So, just talk about, your future.
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I know what you're talking about. It's kind of like in the last couple of years, the bodies I had, I loved those kids to death, but I didn't have anybody else. So you're kind of working with kid gloves at that. You can't get too crazy. But now we have, I think I have 11 on a varsity team and 12 on a JV team. So we have plenty of kids. And so they'll probably see a little more animation out of me at practice and games. Just because now I'm thinking we have kids that want to play. We had to make cuts. So we have kids now that came, they're at school, they want to play basketball. So we're going to make them as good as they can be. But sometimes that means it'll get a little loud or you demand a little bit more. And let's hope they want to give it to us.
Oh, man. That's all right.
So, what are your goals? What do you start off with your goals for this year?
If you ask my kids, they're going to say, we got to beat Bayside. We got to beat Bayside. But that is a goal right there in our area. We play Mobile Christian 2. My goals are we've got to win those games to move on. And like I said, it's going to be a work in progress for a while, getting some young kids in. But hopefully, by the Christmas time, we're playing the way I want us to play. And then we go through January, moving on up and not, peaking too early. But definitely, come in first or second in the area so we can move on and play in sub-regional and maybe get a better matchup, than we did a year ago. But that'd be our goal, but really go play the way we're capable of playing. And if we'll win, we win. If teams are better than us, let's give them a fight and see what happens.